Hey everybody, we've recently switched from using a 22-inch Blackstone griddle that we've had for the last 5 years to this Weber Traveler, and we want to talk about why.
All right, we've liked our Blackstone griddle and we still like it, but there were some things that we liked and there were a few things that we didn't like about them.
You know, dislikes of the Blackstone. It's heavy. It's really heavy, and it's kind of cumbersome to be able to put into some storage bays. In our last motorhome, it was a little storage bay that we had to squeeze it in and out of. I had to take the lid off of it and whatnot. And it's just awkward to carry.
So I was going to say, so much awkward that you tripped over a fire pit in a campground and threw it up in the air and landed.
It literally
It's durable.
It went like 8 feet in the air and just came crashing down. Now, it lit perfectly fine. I didn't hurt it. I didn't do anything. That's one of the good things about it, is that it's very durable. With that top and those grilling surface, it's hardcore.
Yeah.
But
And it's versatile in terms of the cooking, and I think that was the big appeal with it, because you can make lots of things. Like, what are some of the things that we used to make?
Why does everybody like the Blackstones is because of that, right? The different ways of cooking. Any type of breakfast food, fried rice. I've done shish kebabs or skewered meats or shrimp and stuff like that. All that stuff works extremely well on the Blackstone.
Yeah, and even burgers.
Burgers, chicken patties, any of that kind of stuff. We've had great success with all that. And on the flip side of it, when you look at it, when you're cooking all that stuff, I felt like we were using tons of butter or tons of grease, and everything came out greasy. And it's just the way, it's a product of the way it's cooked, in my opinion on that.
Yeah, everything ends up tasting very much the same off of it.
Yes.
So it's like greasy, buttery.
And again, people love the Blackstones. There's multiple different ways to do things. There's hundreds of YouTube videos on things you can cook on a Blackstone griddle that you wouldn't necessarily cook. I've seen people make fettuccine Alfredo on their Blackstone.
And I would say the griddle, too, isn't as user-friendly right out of the box, right? There's a learning curve. It gets really, really hot.
Absolutely. Now, has Blackstone changed the way they make things over time? Absolutely. It's evolved. When we first bought the Blackstone, very few things were online, very few Facebook groups were out there to help teach you how to use it, unless you had some kind of, like, you know, little restaurant-esque quality about you or what you've done in the past, right? There is a learning curve. You can burn stuff on it ridiculously quick. And
you can burn yourself, right? I mean, there's grease that splats, and you got to shove the grease into a little hole. And
yeah, I mean, you're scraping grease off of it and cleaning it constantly.
Let's just say in 5 years, I've cooked on it once, so
right.
That's about that.
I did the majority of the cooking on that item, right? But again, I'm not discounting it. It is great for its practicality and the fact that you can cook some really cool things on it, like a breakfast or like tacos or stuff, or fajitas or stuff like that.
And it requires a lot of care and maintenance. You got to season it. You had to keep it greased.
You had to keep it seasoned. You had to keep it greased. In the wintertime when we would store it, I would have to spray it down with Pam and put parchment paper on it to try to keep it, you know, so it doesn't rust. Rusting is a factor with the Blackstone griddles. They use a rolled steel top, and if you don't lubricate it often or use it enough, it will rust. And you have to clean the rust off of it before you can cook on it again.
Now, I don't think any grill is perfect. We know the Weber Traveler takes up a little bit more surface area in terms of storage, but it's lighter. But there were a few other reasons why we decided to go the route of the Weber Traveler.
I wanted something more of a grill to cook on. I wanted a change in the way we were cooking and eating. Going away from using all of that grease and butter and oil, this I rarely have to use any of that. It's throw the meat on, cook, flip. It uses its own internal juices to cook itself.
And you got a lot of versatility, right? You might think you can't cook certain things on a grate, but you can buy the griddle inserts for this. But we decided on a different route. So you want to show us?
We bought a pan. This is stainless. This is a cast iron pan, right? And I can take it and I can stick it and put it right on.
So you can still make eggs. You can still make pancakes.
I don't know if I'd cook eggs in this, but like a stir-fry vegetable.
Yep.
Something hearty like that. Egg might stick to it, but this pan will be good for certain types of uses. For instance, I made sausages on here a couple weeks ago. used onions and peppers. I put the onions and peppers in this and cooked it on that while I had the sausages next to it on the side.
Right.
So this pan does really well.
Yep, and then obviously you clean that pan like you would any other dish, so it's a little easier than the griddle, and then it's easier to clean the surface of this, right?
Yes, yes. This is, you know, you're going to get your standard grill brush. I don't like wire brushes. This is a plastic tip brush. It doesn't clean as well, I have found. I might have to switch to the wire brush, but I can take it and I can, you know, clean it just like you're cleaning any other grill that you've used at home.
Yeah, I know it's attached to the propane, but are you able to show them how easy it is to fold up and down? And we liked the foldability, and I know the Blackstones, they have ones now that come with wheels. We didn't originally buy one with wheels, but this one's really easy to move around. It's a good height. As you can see, we picked the blue to match our motorhome.
Yeah, blue is my color.
Blue's the color.
So, you know, here we can move it around very simply. It's got a little latch on the bottom of it. You just pull this and it comes straight down. It's got a actuator on it and it folds up. Make sure that your lock is on and you can lift right up and roll. I mean, it's ridiculously simple. Now, some things about this that may not be as user-friendly to others. Let me fold it back up. No, that's as easy as it is to pull the legs out. So there are a few drawbacks to this. It is bigger than the Blackstone. Its footprint is bigger. We carry our grills in our tow vehicle. I don't store them in the motorhome. It's for a couple reasons, but for the most part, I put these in the vehicle that we're towing or bringing along with us. It's big, it's bigger. We don't have onboard propane. This is an all-electric motorhome. So I have to carry a propane tank, and I choose to carry a 20-pound tank with us. A lot of people don't want to do that. I don't have a problem with it. I think it does pretty good. It's better than the little green disposable tanks.
But it's possible to use them on both.
Oh, absolutely.
This one I know.
You can use the green disposable tanks. I just don't like the fact that I have to buy it, throw it out, buy it, throw it out, buy it, throw it out.
Yeah.
I could bring that. I already have it at home with my regular home.
Speaking of replacement parts, that's another reason why you liked this. Now, it was more expensive on the initial purchase than the Blackstone, but most of these parts you can replace, right?
Yeah, so this is about double the price of a Blackstone. All of the parts, Weber does great with internal parts. You could replace everything. I could buy new grates, I could buy a new burner. Another thing that we want to mention as far as the differences between the Blackstone and the Weber, there are some single burner Blackstones. The 22-inch, which is what a lot of people use, have the 2 burners in them, so you can control different zones. This is a single burner only. So if you're looking to zone cook, you can't really do that on here.
But the Blackstone tended to run hot anyways.
I had a hard time controlling the temperature on our Blackstone. It, even at the lowest possible settings, was screaming hot. And I just couldn't, I don't know. As time went on, it just got more difficult to cook with.
Yeah, and I would say one last point I wanted to point out before we wrap this up. The grease tray in the Weber Traveler are throwaway plastic containers. You always handed me the grease tray on the back of the Blackstone, and you used to line it with tin foil, but it'd still get caked in grease, and it was just disgusting to clean out.
Yes.
That you throw away.
Now you can buy disposables for the Blackstone too, but they were a lot harder to use. This has the little disposable guys. I can take, when we're done here this weekend, I could take it and throw it out. I could store this for a little while, but it just pulls in and pulls out.
So we know there's a lot of options in choosing a travel grill. There's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of different brands. But so far we're really liking the Weber Traveler.
And there's no wrong or right here. It's how you like to cook. I like to cook like I cook at home. I don't cook hamburgers and hot dogs every day while we're camping. Last night it was chicken and asparagus and baked potatoes, all cooked on this. So I think that's a better way to go.
And it had a lot of flavor and it wasn't as greasy.
Right, and that's the whole point. So in the end, we're gonna give this a whirl. We're gonna be toting this around. I still have my Blackstone. I still might pull it out here or there. But I think now, going forward, the Weber Traveler is gonna be the way we go with.
Awesome. Well, let us know in the comments what grill you use. And if you like our content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Thanks, everybody.